just wanted to kind of touch on a fish topic that I was thinking about the last few days on my drive home. So this is going to be kind of a newer type of video, just because I found that recording at home is a little difficult with Brian III, my son. He's a little he loves my phone and he loves being on video. And so whenever I try to record anything, he's always right there and trying to play with the camera and doing all of these other different types of stuff. So makes it really difficult to kind of just sit down and make a video. So I thought, hey, I have time after work. I'll just talk about some fish topics then. And unfortunately, it's not from my fish tanks, but at least we can talk about some fun fish topics. Today I was wanting to talk about just where to get hardy and rare fish in your area. With that, one of my favorite things to do is get rarer fish that no one else really has in the area, or at least are really hard to find that you can't find in most fish shops. So with that, one of my favorite places to find fish is just from the local breeders that are in your area. This is like one of the places that I find not only some of the rarest fish in your area, but also some of the hardiest, because usually whoever you're getting them from has bred them in their tanks, or they've been in their tanks for a while, and so you know that they've adapted to your tap water or the water in your area. And so the best way to find them is just, I don't know, I'm in a fish store at least once or twice a week. I am kind of nerdy in that way, always trying to see what new stuff's coming in. And so whenever you're at a fish store, just find anybody. If you start seeing people a lot, they're probably also super into fish as well, and so they probably have some stuff that you may not be able to find at your local pet store or aquarium shop. And so just networking with people, getting people's numbers, creating those friendships is a great way to kind of find some of those rarer fish, or find fish that are adapted to your local area. Another one that I really like to do is joining the local fish clubs in your area. Another great place to find local aquarists that have similar interests as you. In my area, there's a few of them. One of them is just like a general fish club. They have meetings once a month, and they talk about different topics. So it's also a great place to learn about fish. I don't know about you, I love learning stuff on YouTube or on the internet about fish, but getting into a local area and finding people in your area and getting to know and have some friends talk about fish is always great. But most fish clubs have some form of auction, usually, for people to sell their extra fish, or fish they bred, or fish that they no longer want. So this is a great place to find those fishes at your local fish clubs. But that also leads into like the next one, is finding fish auctions, whether that's in person at your local fish club, or whether that's finding some online. Like Aquabid is a great auction site for fish that you can find some rarer ones that you can't find anywhere else. Believe it or not, eBay can sometimes be a great place to find fish that you can't normally find in your area. So that's always a great place to look as well, is places like that. Those are the two main online auction sites that you can find fish that tend to be a little bit more on the rare side, or harder to find with that. And so those are always great places. Another one is joining a fish club online. So like on Facebook or Instagram and a bunch of other places, just finding a community online that fish. What I like about this is you can find a club or a group that is specific to the fish that you're trying to look for. So one that I've recently dove into is, I'm trying to figure out how to breed discus right now, and so I've joined a few discus clubs on Facebook. It's a great place for information, but also they can lead you into places where there are fish that you're looking for sale. Also, another great place online is fish forums, are another great one, kind of similar to a Facebook group. And so you can join a fish forum, a bunch of people just talking about the same subjects, and usually they have a for sale section, so another great place. And then like there's always online websites where there's great fish for sale, because they don't have to have a physical location. They can usually offer a wider range of fish. It's usually a little bit more specific to a certain type of fish or something like that. But then ultimately my favorite place to get fish, if you have a good one, is your local mom and pop shop. They appreciate the business. They're the ones that keep the hobby going. My current favorite place, I live in Utah, is the Waterfront. They have great fish. They specialize in usually monster fish or some of your like predatory fish, but they always bring in super rare fish that you really can't get anywhere else. So always supporting your mom and pop shops is a great place to find fish. But regardless of where you're looking for fish or where you're finding them, it's always great to find out about a new place to find fish. I don't know about you, I'm not a super patient person. When I decide I want to fish, I do a ton of research, and I go out and figure out if I can keep it or not, and then I want to fish like in like a week or two, because I've done all that research, I got hyped up about it, and so I want it. And so hopefully these resources are great for you to be able to find those fish. Oh wait, and then another great one that I forgot about is like your local classified websites are also a great place to find fish as well. For like in Utah, we have KSL. They have a great classified area that has a great pet section where you can find fish. I know that every region has some sort of that in the area, and so checking your online classifieds is also another great place to find great fish. But yeah,